Hello everybody, Marcos Villegas here with Virgil Hunter. Post-fight, Ward versus Kovalev 2, where Andre Ward scored a knockout victory here in Las Vegas against Sergey Kovalev, being joined with this trainer, Virgil Hunter. And Virgil, for you, what made the difference in this rematch for Andre going up there against Sergey?
Two things. First of all, being healthy, then having this being our fourth fight, we got back into the groove that we were looking for. Everybody knows he was off for a while with litigation, and he's overcoming some injuries, so it takes a while to get back into that groove. And then, him battling a knee situation, the last fight where we couldn't do any road work at all. We knew it was going to be different once his knee was sound, and that he had to fight with him before. We knew already it was going to be different. We had fought him before. We knew what he was about. So it was just a matter of making the fight happen.
For you, being in the corner, when did you see Sergey start to break there physically? And when did you advise Andre to go ahead and jump on him?
Around the fourth round, he really started to deteriorate. Now, I didn't advise Andre to jump on him. I told him to keep everything like it was because it would take care of itself. That keeps him in a reactionary mode, and where he'll continue to react and make adjustments and create. So I didn't change up that at all, say go get him. All I told him was that he was getting weaker and weaker, and at some point he was going to break down something, was going to get through, and that's what happened.
And finally, Virgil, you mentioned earlier in the week to me that heavyweight was a real possibility. Anthony Joshua was a real possibility. How soon do you see that happening for Andre, and what do you make of having to say that and how that all plays out?
Well, I don't have any control on when it happens. We would like to get that fight. It makes a lot of sense financially. It makes a lot of sense for the boxing world, I mean, that's an intriguing fight, more intriguing than Mayweather and McGregor, because you have two guys who are considered the best in their division, one having a deficit of size and strength, and then the other one having a deficit of IQ and speed. So you get those two together, it could be very interesting.
Trey mentioned that you feel he can outbox Anthony. What do you see there in terms of what you just mentioned, and on top of that, that makes you really think that he could decisively outbox someone like Joshua?
Well, with all respect to Anthony, because I know him, he's a good kid. I'm not saying we can outbox him. What I'm saying is I think it would be a very interesting fight, and that it would definitely be a fight for the fans, and to see another man giving up so much and possibly being successful. It's a fight that they would have to take real serious.
Is this his signature win of his career, you feel?
No, I like the gold medals, wins and stuff. He's doing everything I expected, but in the Olympics you got to fight the best and fight 4 times to do it. And he was at a deficit again. He was a middleweight fighting in the light heavyweight division, and I did that because I wasn't there to monitor his food intake like I knew his body. I knew that was going to be a problem. So I felt it was better for him to be able to eat all he wanted and train while everybody else was cutting weight and having to go through that, and that his speed, again, and his IQ would get him through, and that's what happened.
All right, Virgil, as always, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Here with Virgil Hunter, post-fight, where today in Las Vegas, Andre Ward knocks out Sergey Kovalev in the rematch here at the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas, Nevada.